Where my girls at? Where my girls at? Where my girls at? It's going down. It's going down on a terrific Tuesday. It is Tuesday, you guys, and you are tuned into We Got Issues on 9:10 a.m. The Superstation. I'm Crisette Ellis from Detroit. I'm your host for today, and I'm here with the girls. Caterina. Caterina is absent on today. She is in the air somewhere, flying back to the West Coast. And so we pray her safe travels. And of course, she will be with us on tomorrow. So we don't have 100% present, but we do have with us Gloria Mayfield Banks from Ellicott City, Maryland. And oh my goodness, she is in the hot, warm, beautiful Columbia. We're excited to have her with us today. And of course, you know, the one, the only, Sabrina Goodwin Monday, where it's always Monday in the Monday household. So we are the force of friendship, and we are so thrilled that we are able to come each and every day, Monday through Friday, from 6 to 7 p.m. to hang out with you and to talk about what? We got issues. When I tell you, it's so many issues flying from the north, the south, the east, and the west. Lots is going on around the world. But today, you guys, is International Women's Day. Come on, Michael, give us a big hand. Wow, we're so excited to be celebrating International Women's Day, where we celebrate the social, the economic, the cultural, and political achievements. And you know what, you guys, I just want to tell you what their theme is, because I think the theme every year they have a different theme, but the theme for this year is gender equality today for a sustainable tomorrow. That is so powerful, gender equality, because you know what? We still not getting paid the same amount of money that men are getting paid. And let's be clear, we still aren't in the C-suites the same way and rate that men are in the C-suite. We aren't the head of corporations the same way as men are the head of corporations. So we have work to do, but we are celebrating gender equality, because you show me a woman and I'll show you a woman that can get the job done. I promise you she can. So we're celebrating that. And on today, you guys, we're going to come to the girlfriends in just a minute. I'm excited about our guest that is here on today. We have Dr. Eddie Connor, who is with us on today. He is a phenomenal young man. When I tell you he is making it happen. And you may be asking, well, why would you have a man on International Women's Day? Because when I tell you this brother is all about celebrating women, I said, you know what, we're going to mix it up a little bit this International Women's Day. And we're going to invite a young man that's going to talk about queens. Do you know, Gloria, you a queen? Sabrina, I don't got to ask you. You know you a queen, okay? She's the queen of everything. But we're excited to have him, and I'll introduce him in just a few minutes. But before we bring him to the stage, I want to throw it over to Gloria Mayfield Banks over there in beautiful, sunny, hot. Did I say hot? Columbia.
Hot.
What's going on, Gloria?
Okay, so it's hot in Columbia and it's hot on my iPad. I'm gonna tell you why. First, it's hot in Columbia because it's like 89 degrees. It is 6 o'clock here, same Eastern Standard Time, and it's still hot. It's still a little muggy. So if I get a little dewy, it's on purpose, okay? It's on purpose just to show y'all up there in the east and the north how it feels in other parts of the world. It's fabulous. But it's also hot. My iPad is hot. My iPad is hot because we took pictures last week in Chicago, and I'm just now seeing the pictures. And when I tell you, these women in the force of friendship are fine with the capital F. Fine with the capital F. These pictures are so fire. I mean, they are fire. I cannot wait for our tribe to see what pictures will do. We're going to talk to queens today. And this is just an example of what a queen is like. So I cannot wait for your guests. You know, I'm all about the queendom. I'm all about women creating their queen. So I'm really tuned into this. I'm very excited, Chris. I'm very excited. I'm hot everywhere. Hot. And I'm hot. I'm hot. We're hot. Fine. When I tell you they fine. Back to you, Crisette Ellis.
Oh my goodness. I just want to wish everybody a happy International Women's Day. It's our day, you guys. And I believe that every woman should be celebrated. Go where you're celebrated, not where you're tolerated, baby. This is who we be. I mean, fabulous. It's an attitude. Gorgeous. It's an attitude. Smart. It's a fact. We are smart. And so just kudos to each and every one of you. When Chris, you talked about us wanting equality. I read something that said girls just want to have fun, fundamental rights. Okay. We just want what's fair. We want to be treated just and right. And so speaking of that, I see that the WNBA basketball player is still jailed in Russia. I mean, I cannot even imagine what she's going through over there. And I was reading that Representative Sheila Jackson Lee said Tuesday she and her constituents are demanding Russia release WNBA star Brittany Griner after she was arrested in the country last month. Last month, y'all, and she's still locked up over in Russia. Says her arrest was first reported over the weekend by the New York Times. She was arrested at a Moscow airport after Russian authorities said a search of her luggage revealed she had vape cartridges which were said to contain oil derived from cannabis. Griner could face up to 10 years in prison if convicted. 10 years.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And so she also talked about, you wonder what is the evil purpose of Putin's government to have her at this time. There are lots of Americans right now being held on false charges in Russia. So it's something. I mean, it's something.
Yeah, it is. It is. And, you know, we absolutely are praying that she will be released. And I mean, you know, in Russia, all bets are off. We know they never play fair. And so I'm sure that, you know, our embassies are hopefully, you know, doing their part to bring her home safely. So we want to absolutely keep her in prayer. And of course, you know, our hearts continue to go out to the Ukrainians with everything that's going on. And, you know, so many of them have lost their lives. And, you know, the little children, the little innocent children who just get caught up in, you know, the aftermath of war and being in conflict. So we want to remember them. But one of the things I will say is, if Putin thought he was going to fight the Ukrainians and they were just going to lay down and take it, he absolutely didn't peg them right. Because when I say they are fighting and they are not going to roll over and just say, yeah, you might be bigger, you might have more equipment, but I'm going to tell you something. When you get people together that come in unified, I'm telling you, that's hard to beat people who are unified with one cause. And their cause is we're going to be democratic and you are not going to come and take our country. So to me, I'm looking at this being that David and Goliath. And I'm like, Lord, let David beat Goliath. I know that with the help of God, they can. So we want to continue to pray for them for sure.
Hey, Chris, yes. I want to add this to the conversation because I get a lot of questions on what can we do? What can we do? And, you know, where Biden decided today to stop the oil exchange from Russia, that our people can get with your local government to increase the conversation about continuing to cut off Russia. The only way that we can do something from way over here, if you're not in the military, is to affect them economically. Because everywhere we go and everything we do, it is going to be only the economics that are going to get their attention. And we can do something about it. And us cutting off our desire to get anything from Russia when we can get it other ways. We are the largest producer of oil, and we are the largest consumer of oil. And that's why we have to import stuff. So there's things that we can do, and people are asking, and that is a big deal. When you lift your voice and let your local government know that you're behind the Ukraine and whatever it takes, it really does make a difference.
Yeah, and I'm so glad. Yeah. I'm so glad you said that, because sometimes you just feel helpless and you're like, what can I do?
Right.
I know people are trying to, get clothes and other supplies, but then the matter is, how do you get it there, without, getting it there safely, without Russia, getting it and all of that. And one of the things I was thinking about too, because it took them a while to cut off the oil supply, because of course, our prices have risen through the roof. But I said, I would rather pay higher prices in gas because we cut them off than to send our brothers and our sisters and our men and women off to war. Right. So it's
Right.
You got to help some kind of way. So of course we cannot get into the conflict by going over there and fighting. But one of the ways that we can support is by saying, we don't even want your oil, which means that we're going to have to take the hit at the gas pump. So with that being said, we're going to bring our guest on and I'll introduce him. And then, of course, it's almost time for us to go to a break. But I am so excited to introduce to you guys this phenomenal young man. When I tell you his bio is extensive, it reads like he is 60, 70 years old. He has accomplished so much, I promise you, in such a short period of time. So I'm not going to read his entire bio, but I do want to just give you a little snippet of his bio. Dr. Eddie Connor is a best-selling author, an international speaker, a college professor, and a radio and TV correspondent. He is a survivor of stage 4, you guys, cancer. He empowers people to overcome obstacles. Dr. Connor is the cousin of one of the world's most influential entertainers, the late legendary Prince. Oh, your stock just really went up, Dr. Connor. As an author of 12 best-selling books, Dr. Connor has been featured and hosted segments on, listen to this, ABC, BET, CBS, Fox News, NBC, PBS, The Steve Harvey Show, The Tom Joyner Show, The Word Network, and Mentoring Kings. And I have to add in there, he's also been one of the featured speakers at Greater Grace Temple's Pastors and Church Leaders Conference. And so without further ado, let's give Dr. Eddie Connors a big round of applause. And thank you for being here on We Got Issues. We Got Issues. Oh my goodness, Dr. Connors, we are so excited to have you here on this special day, International Women's Day, and we are glad that you could be with us. We know that you have an extensive schedule, and so we're glad that you're here. We have 1 minute before we go to break. So in that 1 minute, just kind of tell the people a little bit more about who you are and how did you get involved in writing books about women? Dr. Connors?
Absolutely. Yes. Well, Lady Crisette, Miss Banks, Miss Monday, what an honor to be with you all. You all are straight up divas, divinely inspired, victorious, accomplished sisters. Women's History Month, the emblematic of it, International Women's Day. We salute you sincerely and celebrate you because you wear your crown and you build your queendom. And that's what it's all about. I believe your test of testimony, your misery is ministry, your mess is a message, your stumbling block is a stepping stone. God uses your setback as a setup for your greatest comeback. He uses your tragedy as strategy to move your life to the next level. We were playing a movie, The Color Purple, I tell you, just like Sophia, all my life, I had to fight. And so
Yes. Yeah. All my
we
life.
all don't look like what we've been through. And
That's
so to
right.
be able to find the can in cancer and overcome obstacles is why I do what I do. And so we'll touch on it after the break.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, we're going to take our first break. You are listening to We Got Issues with the Force of Friendship. It is International Women's Day, and we are here with our guest, Dr. Eddie Connor. We're going to come back for a very enlightening conversation right after this break. We'll be right back.
Woman is something new.
All right, we are coming back. We are coming back. I'm every woman. I'm sure we all can agree that as women, we share a sisterhood that is unbreakable. And today I am so excited to have our guest, Dr. Eddie Connors, who is here with us. And we're going to talk to him about women. We're going to talk about queendom. And you guys, I'm so excited because today, his book is dropping today. Come on, I can give him a big hand for that. Yes, his book is dropping today, and we are so excited about that. So, Dr. Connors, right before the break, you were going to tell us a little bit more about yourself and how you got into writing books and really empowering women to be the best that they can be. So, tell us a little bit about your background.
Yes, I'm a native Detroiter, son of the city on the east side. And to be able to go and live through dying places is what my life and my life's work is all about. Dr. George Fraser said, once you learn and earn, then you must return back to your community. And so to be able to find the can in cancer and to be healed, 2022 marks 22 years of me being cancer free, going through chemotherapy, radiation, losing all my hair, my self-confidence, my self-esteem, my will to live. I'm grateful for the queen who birthed me, my mother, told me, you said, you got to take off the pity party hat. Psalm 118:17 says, you shall not die, but live and declare the works of the Lord. And so she told me to write my story. I had $1 and a dream to my name in a dorm room. And she said, you got to share your story. And I didn't want to do it at all. Never had an intention to be a writer. She said, your story's not for you. It's to bless somebody else.
Right.
And as I was writing, I was healing. I was overcoming obstacles. I was forgiving my father who wasn't there in my life. I was looking at the vulnerability and masculinity that oftentimes can't coexist in the same space. And I just decided in 2017 to write the first iteration, which is Dear Queen. And I used to write love letters to girls in school, and I'd slip it into locker anonymously. And some years later, it dawned on me. I said, if I can write a letter of love to a girl, why can't I write a book of love to women? To love themselves, to know their worth, to celebrate them as the quote suggests, no nation can rise without its women. Dr. Miles Monroe suggested, whatever you give a woman, she multiplies. You give a woman groceries, she gonna give you a meal. You give her a house, she gonna give you a home. You give her some issues, she gonna solve those issues too.
Okay.
So with the most neglected, unprotected, and disrespected woman on the planet, as Malcolm X says, is the Black woman. And I think we have to stand not just on the sidelines as men, we have to stand on the front lines with you. Isaiah 22 and Isaiah 62 and 2022, if you think about it, you shall be a crown of glory and beauty in the hand of the Lord. And so you all are shining brightly, and I'm on the second book right now, Dear Queen, Volume 2. It just drops today. And I got to say this as well, as I'm looking at all you queens and all this beautiful estrogen. Queen means quintessentially unique, empowering everyone naturally. Real queens don't compete, they collaborate. They're not just chasing, man. They're focused on their purpose and plan. Real queens understand that their royalty demands loyalty. They're too unique to compete. They're too rare to compare. As a result, they wear their crown and they build their queendom in the kingdom of God. And you all have come into the kingdom for such a time as this.
Oh, wow.
Amazing. Amazing.
Literally, this is what is so needed. It is so needed in our community. It is so needed with our young ladies. Right. It is so needed even with our young men, because I know that part of what you do is you talk to young men as well. Because, you know, when somebody asked me a question years ago, I would always, at church, I would have different classes for young ladies of distinction, and we would teach them etiquette, and we would, build their confidence in so many areas. And then somebody said to me, while you're building all of these young ladies up, somebody need to be building the men up so that they will be ready to receive these women when, as they mature and get ready for relationships, to get married and whatnot. And so many times, you can find a lot of organization or a lot of opportunities for young women to be built up, and then it's lagging when it comes to our young men. So real briefly, talk a little bit about what you do there and how you incorporate the two.
Yeah, such a great question, and very profound, because oftentimes we're preparing women for unprepared men. And we've got to put the same tenacity that we put into our sisters, into our brothers. And so I've done that with mentorship. I've developed two particular mentoring programs, Boys to Books and Gifted for Greatness, which focuses on literacy, leadership, and life skills enrichment. Oftentimes in mentoring programs, we tell our brothers and teach them how to tie ties, shake somebody's hand and look them, square in the eyes. But what is it to do all the mentoring and they don't know how to read? They don't know how to lead. They don't know how to really deal with the emotional issues and trauma that a lot of times, even as Dr. Joy DeGroy talks about, the DNA that the trauma that we hold in our DNA as Black people. And so to show our brothers, listen, you don't always have to be Black Panther. You can be T'Challa. You don't always have to really masquerade and try to be Superman when you're really Clark Kent. You don't always have to try to be the Hulk when you're really David Banner. To really get into the depths of who you are in your heart, and understand that does not inflict on your masculinity at all. Vulnerability and maturity is necessary to be able to handle the queen in your life and to be able to treat her like the queen that she is, because you understand that you're a king. And I define king as keenly intelligent, noble gentleman. And that's what our culture has to do, and we have to raise.
Wow, that is so powerful. I mean, I love your acronyms. I love that you're speaking to these young men about, what they need to know. Especially, we know that, literacy is so important in our
Mhm.
community. So I'm gonna just throw it over to the girlfriends, whoever wants to jump in and ask a question.
What was the
I got a
acronym for
question.
Queen?
Go ahead.
What
Go
was
ahead,
the
Sabrina.
acronym for Queen, Dr.
Yeah.
Connor? What was your acronym for
Yes,
Queen?
quintessentially unique, empowering everyone naturally.
Good.
Yeah.
Excellent. Go ahead, Gloria. Okay.
You know, I like everyone said, like, honestly, what a guest for us to have today as we celebrate women, and the fact that you have it so down the way that we need to be celebrated on such a unique basis. I want to know, when you're dealing with people who need to learn how to celebrate themselves, what do you see as their biggest obstacle? Because a lot of women walk around knowing that they're queen, and a lot of women walk around not knowing they are a queen, even though they have the responsibility. What do you see when you're writing these books and you're writing bestsellers? People are obviously very interested in capturing that. But what do you see as their biggest obstacle from your vantage point?
Yes, awesome question. And I think one thing that a lot of times we're affected and afflicted by is imposter syndrome. When we are trying to perpetrate a certain type of image, but really internally, we're afflicted and conflicted simply because we're trying to compare our chapter 1 to somebody else's chapter 30. To a certain
Wow.
degree, our lives become an aspect of social media because all we do is put on filters.
Right.
What is makeup is nothing without a made up mind. A made up mind is more important than a made up face. And so
Right.
beyond just what you have on the outside, it's about who you are that's on the inside. And you
Mhm.
really never know who you are until you know whose you are. If you don't know who you are, people will tell you what you're not. And so to be able to even write about it, how to wear your crown, walk in authority and authenticity, is really getting to the aspect of asking yourself the question, who are you? What were you created to do? What is your why? Where are you going? And then also, who are the people that you want coming with you? Based upon that, now you make different decisions that move you towards your destination.
Wow.
Excellent.
That's
Excellent.
powerful.
Yes. Yes.
Talk a little bit about your book that's being released today. Tell us about it's volume 2. So give us a background of volume 1. I mean, I'm so interested in all that you have to say, but tell us about the book that's dropping today.
Yes, it's my 13th book is dropping today and available on Amazon, Audible, iTunes, my website, dreddieacademy.com/Dear Queen, ebook, audiobook, hard copy. 2 is better than 1, but you need 1 to understand 2. And in the first
So
iteration,
get them both.
get them both. Lady Crisette, you feel me? The first one, I really was wanting to uplift our sisters, especially leveraging ladders for leadership. The statistics suggest the average woman earns 82 cents to every man's dollar. So you're looking at the inequities in society, as you talked about the political, socio, cultural aspects that we really have to think about and really remediate in our society. So I wanted to talk about that, but also the essence, the ebb and flow of the aspect and the beauty of what our women bring to society. God never even gave Adam work before he gave him a woman. He gave the work came first before the woman came, because a woman is the crescendo of creation. A woman was not created to be in chaos at all. She was created to be the
Okay.
helpmate for the man. And so really allowing women to recognize their identity and their authenticity and really find liberty in just being who they are. I never thought I would write another iteration to Dear Queen. I only intended just to write it one time, but I felt it was not an end. I felt it was a conversation that needed continuation. And it just dawned on me to write the second part of Dear Queen Volume 2. And I never really dealt with the crown in the first one. And I really wanted to empower women to crown themselves
Wow.
with love, crown themselves with joy and peace and promise and prosperity and potential. And this is what we have: how to wear your crown, walk in authority and unique authenticity.
Wow, Dr.
Beautiful,
Connors,
beautiful.
this is so good. This is so juicy. Oh my goodness. Listen, we're going to take a second break. When we come back, we want you to just, if you can read an excerpt from the
Yes.
book, that would be so powerful. You are listening to We Got Issues on 910A, the Superstation. We're here with Dr. Eddie Connors. And when I tell you, he is just really an amazing young man that's talking about queens. We are queens on this International Women's Day. We'll be right back.
Every woman.
We're back. We're back. We're back. You are listening to We Got Issues with the Force of Friendship, 9:10 a.m., the Superstation. And we're so excited on this International Women's Day to have as our guest, Dr. Eddie Connor. And today, you guys, of all days, his brand new book, Queen Volume 2, drops today. You can purchase it on Amazon. It's audiobooks. I mean, any kind of way you can read a book, listen to a book, it is available. But let me just say this, you gotta get Queen 1 in order to understand Queen 2. So I'm sure you want to get both books, okay? But before the break, he was going to read a piece of what's in Queen Volume 2. And then after you read that, we're going to go to our caller. So Grace, we want you to hold on. We're going to listen to this excerpt, and then we'll go to you, Grace. Dr. Connor.
Absolutely. As I'm thinking about it, Houdini asked the question, friends, how many of us have them? And you all can see today that this is a force of friendship that no bond can break.
That's right.
Quintessential Queen of Quality is an excerpt that I want to read to you. Quintessential Queen of Quality. It says, within you is a divine destiny and clarity that brings unity to communities. Everything you birth is a blessing. The tears you've sown have watered what you're harvesting. No one is like you. The essence of you is uncanny too. We can't help but to stop and stare, admiring you as you walk boldly in your authenticity and authority. Behold the queen, wearing your crown, shining bright and beautifully, beyond millennia and passing centuries, spanning the eons of time, crossing rivers and seas. There has never been a jewel like the one God placed in thee. You illuminate so magnanimously. All hail the queen. How could I not be intoxicated with the exuberance of my intellectual verbosity? On display is your divine femininity as the quintessential queen of quality, and you do it so masterfully. God has blessed you so abundantly. No need to compete or compare. Your price exceeds a ruby that's rare. You are one of one, divinely effervescent, authentically resilient, quintessentially unique, empowering everyone naturally. Because of you, any man aspires. Because of you, any man aspires higher as a king. Much love, dear queen.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
Much love. Be a
OMG.
queen. Be a queen.
When I tell you that was so powerful, so powerful. I just love the way it flowed. I know Sabrina is our writer, so I could tell it was really, really hitting her. She's sitting there like more. So I know she's absolutely loving it. So let me ask you, Dr. Connor, are you married?
No, I'm not. No.
You're not married. Okay, so and I know this is a little personal because we got issues and the girlfriends are leaning in. I text the girlfriends, I said he probably have gotten proposals from old women and young women. Okay. I promise you, because when you talk that talk, women, we lean in because we love men that understand that we are a queen. And so let me just say, when the time is right, you're going to find somebody that's special, and she is going to be so blessed to have you as her king. Oh my goodness, that was so beautiful. Well, we have Grace on hold. Grace, are you there?
Yes, I am. Good evening, ladies. And good evening, King Dr. Eddie Connor. Oh my goodness, very lyrically speaking, it just flows off. It just flows with it. And very profound speaker. Is there a movie somewhere in the making? Because I'm pretty sure you can pull that out with no problem. The way that your words captures individuals and will lure you in, and you just want more. The women that have not proposed to you, oh my goodness. Really? I mean, 10 words, and you're on top of the world. Oh, right. You are deserving of 20 lives with that mouth. I just was listening, but I just want to say, wow, thank you. And every time you walk around, you should say, I'm welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. That's all you can say. Oh my goodness.
Well, Grace, I thank you for calling in. I promise you, when I tell you this is all the guest for today, I mean, were those words not absolutely awesome?
Beyond that, I'm actually blushing. You're wonderful. You're wonderful. Just walk around and say, you're welcome. You're welcome. That's all we need from you. Just put on. You're welcome. Oh my goodness. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We need a book. Not a book. We need a movie. You could do better than Waiting to Exhale. You could listen. We need a movie.
All right. Dr. Eddie, you hear that? Grace said you need a movie, so we need to start working on it. We need to start working on it. Thank you so much, Grace, for calling in.
Thank you.
All right, take care. Oh my goodness, that's so
She said she's blushing. She's blushing. Those words were so powerful. Sabrina,
Grace gave us some words seasoned with grace. I'm honored. I'm humbled, flattered. Well, I see. I already know who I can cast as my members. I'm gonna have you three ladies and Grace. There we go.
Sign us up. Okay.
Exactly. We're presidents. We are officers of your fan club. Okay. Officers.
That's right.
Yes. I mean, Dr. Connor, it's amazing. We always hear the saying, "Queen, straighten your crown," but with you, it's put on your crown. we have to put them on, put the crown on first before we can straighten it. And so what we hear from you is that we're deserving. I think it's a wonderful reminder of who we are, why we are, who God has called us to be. So thank you for the reminder. Where have you been all of our lives? Okay, all of our lives. and so just continue to do what you do in a big way. We're going to certainly spread the word, and we want our tribe to certainly get your books. I think many women forget because life is so big and life can beat us down, and you don't walk around feeling like a queen every day. So it's the gentle reminders. If you have to read to yourself, if you don't have anybody speaking, we can certainly read those words. And what the force of friendship, what we want to be always to our tribe is to remind our tribe how powerful women, how essential we are to the world, what a difference we make to the world. And so thank you for that reminder. I got to ask, you got the purple rain setting behind you. It looks like Prince, okay? So I got to ask you about our boy Prince. How are you related? Just tell us that story, please.
Yeah, give us some tea.
Yeah, absolutely. Prince Rogers Nelson is my mother's first cousin. And so, my grandmother and Prince's father, brother and sister.
Wow.
And so,
So this is not a distance relationship.
Right.
This is a real family member. Okay. Wow.
Yeah. And so everybody in our family
just went up.
Yeah, everybody in our family is musical. I don't do much of the singing, but I guess it comes out in the lyricism and the lyrics or the words that are, hitting the paper. But, to be around Prince, and, a lot of people saw him enigmatic and he saw him as an enigma. But I mean, he was just down to earth. He'd come out of the house, and they call it the Purple Mansion out in Minneapolis. He'd come out, dressed to the nines, just in pajamas. I mean, his overcoat would be past his knees, and he wasn't any more than about 5'2", 5'3" on a good day. But just how laid back and cool he was beyond just the music. And he said, "Hey, I moved to Minneapolis to get away from all the issues that were going on in LA and all that stuff, because the bad people don't want to come where it's cold." And so to really just be around him and to hear all of the stories. I wound up having to speak, my mother and I, at his funeral. As we, after they had cremated him, we spoke in Minneapolis, and it was just very, very private with just some of the family and just some of his close friends. And they were telling stories about him as a kid and loving basketball. And the story that Dave Chappelle shared about the pancakes and the basketball, it's a real story. It's the truth. and him playing in the blouse, it's the truth. So, we miss him, and he was more than just, to the world, he's a celebrity, but to us, he's just family.
Yeah.
Right. What a gift he was to all of us, as you are as well. A family of greatness, great contributions. Thank you.
Right.
Absolutely.
Gloria. I love the flavor that you bring. I love the fact that you would write a book with such passion and dialogue. And, when you talk about Prince and you talk about your family, and you talk about there's a celebrity and then there's the family, I'm always interested in people's perspective, especially when it comes to women, about how they mix up their strength and their softness. And your mother definitely gave that to you when you give that description of who she called you to be. So when you describe with your incredible words, what is it that a queen masters when she's strong enough to be soft, and she doesn't let her soft touch take away the thought that she's not strong because she has to be soft as well? Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, that's a great question and perspective, because we're living in a society now that has hardened the lives of women so much to where they have to do so much. And we salute our single parent mothers, this, that, and the other, but they've had to shelve their femininity, but I'm encouraging you to pick it up, your softness, your delicate aspect, and then also to recognize that you have a foundation of faith and to move forward with that.
Dr. Connors, I want you to hold that thought. I want you
Yeah.
to complete it. We're going to go to another break. And when we come back, I want you to finish that thought. We have a guest, LaTanya. Stay on hold. We will come to you right after the break. You're listening to We Got Issues on 9:10 a.m. The Superstation. We'll be right back.
Back from break.
All right, we are coming back. We are coming back. Oh my goodness, I can't believe we're in our last 10 minutes of the show. But when I tell you, this show has been so powerful, especially on International Women's Day with our guest, Dr. Eddie Connor. I once again have to tell you that his brand new book, Queen, Volume 2, has been released today. So we're going to encourage our radio listeners, as well as those of you that are watching us live on the 9:10 a.m. Superstation Facebook page, as well as the Force of Friendship Facebook page. Go on Amazon and order a copy. You don't want to just order Queen Volume 2, especially if you don't have Queen Volume 1. And I'm going to encourage you to get a set for your girlfriend. We all know, we all have that girlfriend, right, that needs to be reminded that she is a queen. And I guarantee you, you'll bring a smile to her face. You will encourage her, because that's who we are as queens. We lift as we climb. We lift other people because that's who we were created to be. And so on this International Women's Day, we encourage you, go order the book and buy one for a sister that you know absolutely needs it. Well, prior to the break, we want you to go ahead and finish your thought, Dr. Connor, and then we're going to go to LaTanya.
Yes, I was just saying the book is a clarion call not to lose your gentleness because of life's hardness. You know, a woman who understands that she's a queen, she does more than wear a foundation. She knows her foundation. Because she has faith, she has fruit, and she's also feminine. And I believe, as you talk about, even with the show, we got issues. God gives us healing tissues for our hurting issues, and being able to understand your assignment. You know, we say she knew the assignment, as you 3 snaps in the neck roll, hair flip, a high five, all in Z formation. Beyond just understanding the assignment, on the deeper level, what are you doing to complete the assignment? That's what it really is all about.
Wow, I love that. What are you doing to complete
Complete the
the
assignment.
assignment? Wow, that's something that you really have to meditate and think on, because God has given all of us something to do. We're going to go to our caller, Latanya. Are you there?
I'm here.
Hi.
I'm here. Thank you, Latanya, for calling. We got issues. Welcome, welcome. Do you have a comment or a question for Dr. Connor?
I have a comment. You know what? I can't have a serious question right now because I'm just an eye and just receiving all this. So don't feel bad if you don't have a serious question for you. We're just receiving all this good information you have. But, you know, with you sitting up there, you are the epitome, you know, that a single woman, mother, woman can raise a black man. And I want to say your mom did a good job. You know, because I'm raising some boys myself, and I wanted to say if we had arranged weddings in our person, you know, I would definitely want to teach you for my daughters. I thank you for your book. I do have 3 daughters, and so I do want to get a book for myself and for them as well. I want to graduating going to college this year too. So, how much are your books? And just thank you for everything.
Wow. Latanya, thank you so much for calling in, and thank you for your support. And I'm so glad you said that, you know, in the world that we live in now, there are so many women,
Black women that are raising their sons by themselves, and this is just, you know, the epitome of what a strong and gracious, blessed queen woman can do in raising a powerful young Black man. So you want to talk a little bit about that and answer how much are the books, and again, tell them how they can get your book.
Absolutely. Especially to the single parent mothers. And I don't know if I was always the easiest son to raise. You know, a lot of times us as boys, we have attitudes because our mothers are standing in proxy for absentee fathers. And I think even in the aspect of fathers that are not there, I'm grateful that mentors and father figures stepped into my life. And when they couldn't, my mother exposed me to them on TV, and beyond just entertainers, rappers, and athletes, pastors and leaders and community innovators are individuals who we should be celebrating in our society. And so I'll just say to you, listen, don't give up on your children. I'm the product of a mother who didn't give up on me, you know, through the cancer, through me not even wanting to live. Her love caused me to live through dying places when I wanted to give up. And so, you know, my books are a gift to be able to pay it forward. They're $19.99 and they're available on Amazon, Audible, Barnes and Noble, iTunes, as well as my website if you want a signed copy, dreddieacademy.com/Dear Queen.
And we will absolutely post his information on our Force of Friendship Facebook page, on our website as well, so that you'll be able to find it there as well. But we absolutely want to encourage you to support Dr. Eddie Connor in his new book. And again, he's written 13 books. So you know what? When you pull up his name, it's going to be a minute, okay? Because you're going to have to go through all the other books that he has written. And so that is so powerful. Any last questions before we get ready to come to a close? This has been so awesome. And you know what? Matter of fact, Dr. Connor, we're going to give you the last few minutes that we have before we come to a close. So what's on your heart that you want to share as we get ready to close out?
Whew. Boy, I mean, when you think about sisters of sagacity, soul, and spirit who permeate society, we would be totally derelict and negligent to not uplift you. And I think it's a clarion call to action, especially for us as men, that we can do more than we have been doing. In the midst of all the misogyny and the negativity and even the alpha male affinity of what has been going on to berate our women, we got to bless them. We got to lift them up, and we got to understand and realize that we're better together. And I think we have to look deep within. You know, the other day I was looking for my glasses. They were on my face. I was looking for my phone. It was on my ear. I was looking for my watch. It was on my wrist. I was looking for my keys. They were in my hand. Y'all got to pray for me. A lot of times we're looking around for what we already have. We're looking for love when it resides within us. We're looking for the gift. When a lot of times we got to realize if you're gifted, you will be afflicted. We're looking for the jewel when a lot of times we just have to sift through the junk and begin to get back into place in relationship with God, to love ourselves, but also to be able to love our brothers and sisters who are created in the image of God as well.
Right.
This is our call and our time to wear your crown. All that you've been through, all the tears that you've cried, all the tests and the trials that you've been through are coming forth as testimonies. You're coming forth as pure gold. Crown yourself and walk forward in the power of your destiny.
Wow.
Yes.
That was so powerful. Dr. Connors, thank you so much for your time on today. You are absolutely a gift. You are a gift. And I appreciate all that you have shared with us on today. You guys, today, his book, Queen, Volume 2 drops. And again, we want you to go. We want it to be an Amazon bestseller. Okay. We absolutely want that to happen. And so again, we are absolutely going to have you back. You are officially a tribe member of the Force of Friendship. Oh my goodness. This has been so enlightening, so powerful. And again, I'm so thankful that you could come and hang out with us on International Women's Day. You guys, you have been listening to We Got Issues with the Force of Friendship on 9:10 a.m. The Superstation. We'll be here tomorrow, same time, same place. You guys have an amazing evening. And to all of our queens out there, I want you to take a moment tonight, look in the mirror, hold your shoulders back, and tell yourself, I'm a queen, and can't nobody do nothing to knock my crown off. You guys have a good night. Bye-bye.